Hello. Good morning, my friends. I hope you all had a great weekend. I already saw Thomas comment that his weekend was cut short. But let's start at the beginning of the chat. Guten Tag, alle. Hello to all our future friends. Yes, hello to everyone watching this later. James asked or said, James Thomas, oh my God, I have to focus. Thomas said, hope you had a nice weekend. And yes, I did. Christian is here. Hello, good morning. Oh yeah, and I asked Thomas if I hoped his weekend went well too. So Thomas said, good weekend, even if it got cut short. Our other night person got food poisoning. Yeah, I quite recently also had a food poisoning. It was kind of my own fault because I cooked, I think it was kind of a soup or something, and I'm guessing it was with tomatoes. Yeah, or maybe it was a tomato risotto or something like that, where I just put a lot of tomatoes in, and probably I missed one that was already not good anymore, so that was my guess, because after I ate dinner I was alone at home at the time. My kids and my husband weren't there, which is good, otherwise we all would have suffered. So only I did suffer. It was one of those, I just had one evening for myself and then I poisoned myself, and couldn't really enjoy my time alone. So just to say that I know that food poisoning is the worst. You'll suffer. The only good thing about it is, if you know that it's food poisoning, that it will be over at some point, and usually it doesn't take too long. In my case, it was okay then after some hours. I'm pretty sure we all have our own food poisoning stories. Mark is here as well. Hello. So very happy to see all of you. Thomas says vultures don't get food poisoning, mostly because they have to scavenge. I don't understand. I don't know all those words. What is vultures? Oh, yes, of course. They are eating dead stuff, dead meat. So it would be bad if they got food poisoning. Bachelors don't get food poisoning either, probably for the same reason. Let me. You mean because they are so used to eating bad stuff out of their fridge? Sniff test, yeah, exactly. But with my last, what I just told you, my last food poisoning story, it didn't taste strange or anything. That's why I just guessed that one of the tomatoes I added was, I don't know why my brain isn't working today. Was, how do you say, spoiled? Maybe you could also say moldy. Yeah, I was guessing, just thinking about it, that one of the tomatoes I added was moldy or something. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just hope we all don't get another case of food poisoning. Hello, Emmy. Good morning. Let's have a look at our card. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. Another very beautiful card from Colette Baron Reed. It's the, what's it called? Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And freedom is yours is I sometimes feel a bit trapped as, mom with 3 kids. You have all those responsibilities, and I wish I could just create my days as I want to, but yeah, that's not possible as a mom of 3 people. So freedom is, but when I think about, for instance, creativity and stuff like that, I also feel that we kind of could be way more free, if we just wouldn't restrict ourselves with perfectionism, for instance, and doubts and all those things. So we are kind of responsible for our own freedom, even in our daily life, even with the kids and everything. I could ask someone else to prepare dinner for once or stuff like that, or ask the kids to do more things. So what I want to say is we have the power to at least create more freedom for ourselves if we feel like I feel trapped with my daily routines, for instance, stuff like that. We can think about that. Why do we feel maybe trapped? Or also with our creative work, we can sit down and think about if it's true, that we have to do it a certain way, for instance, have to write a certain way, have to do the story a certain way, or is it just because we think we have to do it because those are the rules with novel writing, for instance, stories and stuff. So today, maybe think about in which areas of your life do you feel not free or maybe trapped, or and how could you change that? Are there possibilities to make a change, open things up? Horse spirit. Oh, one of my spirit animals. See, what do you what does the horse spirit mean to you as a spirit animal? Maybe there's another message hidden for us if you want to share a bit. Yes, a horse is an epitome of freedom, isn't it? When you think of horses riding freely, and they are so strong. They have a lot of power and are beautiful and also tender as well, independence. Yeah, true independence. Yes, that's the horse spirit. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Elizabeth, hello, good morning. And change is difficult sometimes. Yes, it is. Definitely. It's not, it's easy to say, like, yeah, if you feel in a certain area you are trapped, or you feel like you have to do stuff that you don't want to do. I don't know. And it's easy to say, yeah, you just think about it and then you can make some changes. Oh, that's true. Especially when it's in regard to ourselves. I think that's even the hardest, maybe, to overcome certain barriers we feel, for instance, in regards to our creativity, all those doubts we sometimes have, and in our day-to-day life. I think a big step is to ask for help, maybe sometimes. I, for instance, tend to be one of those people that want to have control, that's why I do a lot of things myself, which I could just give over to someone else. My husband, for instance, would be happy to make dinner once in a while or stuff like that. So very often I myself am creating this, that I have stress, with all those things to do. This would be for me one big step to say, okay, I don't want to do it. Could you get the groceries today or stuff like that? It's an easy example, but I just want to talk about this, that sometimes we just need to ask for help. Things can get easier. Carmen is here. Hello. Ooh, the evil one. Stallions might represent other things. I know what you mean, but we'll try to keep chat PG. 13, yeah, we should. It's too early in the morning for talks like that, but I know what you mean. I get the reference. Oh, horses victory. I love that. Yes. And thinking of my novel now, what comes to my mind is like going towards a goal, you can do this and you can rush through and win the race. Yes. In Tarot anyway. I love that. Nice. That's a nice message. Very good one. Very encouraging. So let's do our warm-up sprint. I hope everyone is in the mood. Or let's get into the mood with our first sprint. Emmy, I think my partner was fed up with me nagging about all house chores, and he bought a dishwasher. Oh yeah, dishwasher is can be very, very helpful. I'm happy that we have a dishwasher. It's quite small. I have to put stuff in and out several times a day, but yeah, dishwasher is very good. So, yeah, let's do it. 20 minutes. Enjoy the warm-up sprint. Okie dokie. That was our warm-up sprint. And how did everybody do? I worked on my next scene, which is a past memory it is from the past, things that happened in the past. Sorry, I don't know. Loretta joined us. Hello. And Cool Gamer as well. Hello. Yeah, so this is actually a favorite part of my novel that I'm working on right now. So it gives a lot of insights about the backstory of our characters, and I will see. I hope that it's not too much, Sometimes you don't want to interrupt the story by going back in time and talking about past things that happened, but I don't know. I think it's important for the story, so yeah. I will continue working on it and see how I feel about it when I read through everything again. If I have to shorten it, maybe. Sometimes we enjoy certain scenes because they are fun to write, fun to read, but maybe they are not necessary for the story, and we all probably suffer from that. That we sometimes, an editor might say, do you really need this one character? I mean, they don't add anything to the story, for instance. And you're like, maybe I should delete this character. Or, as I said, some certain scenes might not add anything real to the story. And I think we writers sometimes struggle with deleting stuff that we enjoyed writing, or maybe we feel like, it's so good. So I try to avoid that, of course, but I think it's important, this backstory part, because it shows more, it reveals a lot about the relationship between two of my characters and how it differs in comparison to the other relationships my main character has, and that's why but maybe I have to think more so that it's really more to the point, what the difference is, what I want to say there. Maybe that's what I need to work on with those scenes, so that it's also clear for the reader why there is this backstory suddenly. And it's not suddenly, but okay. So it's not easy. There's stuff to do. So let's set up another sprint. 25 minutes. Yeah, it's actually a good point. I need to think about this. How can I clearly show, because this one character is way more supportive to the real protagonist. My protagonist suffers from this, that she tries to be someone else for her parents because she thinks she feels guilty and wants to be like the best daughter her parents would need. So she's really building her life according to that, and fails, of course, because she is not that person that she wants to be for her parents. And now I also want to show that this other person in her life sees or supports the real person the protagonist is, or sees the real person, or yeah, I have to be more clear about that, I think, so that it's really visible for the reader. Okay, sorry. Sometimes it's good to talk about those things to come to your own realizations. Oh, I'm listening to V.E. Schwab really long on YouTube. She basically explains important details of first chapters. Ooh, oh, nice. I know she has a YouTube channel. Is this on her YouTube channel? Because I thought she doesn't really upload anything anymore there. But it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, she's a successful writer, and yeah, we need all the advice we can get. I think so. I always love to. Oh, it's on her channel. It is. Okay, I will have a look. Maybe share the link to her channel as well. But first, let me set up our next sprint. I'm going to use this timer. 25 minutes. Yeah, here we go. And oh no, I want to read. I'm sorry. I've really been wanting to read some V. Schwab, especially her middle grade. Yeah, I bought some. I don't know, remember which one for my daughter. Which one was it? I forgot the title. Yes, it's quite quiet channel, but in pandemic she also had like conversations with people. Yeah, I definitely remember. I followed her on Twitter, I think. And I remember that she shared some interviews, but of course I never found the time to watch any of that. So yeah, let me share the channel with you guys for those who don't know the link yet. And then, yeah, enjoy the next sprint. Here we go. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 2. How did everybody do? Heather joined us. Hello, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing great. And I hope you have a great afternoon. Carmen told us that she got into a fight with another student who is popular to say a Karen. Fights aren't good. Yeah, so I'm very tense. I think it was this afternoon. I feel like someone else is about to have a nip at me. Also don't know why Grammarly decided this afternoon needs to be offset by commas. Yeah, I totally get that when you get into a fight, this throws you off, can kind of spoil your day. And yeah, so I hope it will resolve soon, you know, that you don't have to even think about it anymore. Maybe is there a way you can ignore this person? That's what I like to do when someone is yeah, I don't know, getting on my nerves or just not my kind of person. I try to avoid them, which isn't always easy. Oh, I don't know, one would ever argue with you. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely someone, but probably that's also a problem, like a people pleaser. And I'm also someone who avoids fights, which also can be bad. I mean, sometimes it's good to clean the air, to just honestly state when you have a problem with someone. And so it isn't always a good thing to be nice, you know, with yeah, or being avoidant of conflict. Yeah, but it's seldom that I really get into a fight with someone. Sometimes that's then correlated with, like, you, for instance, you with studying, and sometimes you have to work with people, you know, and then you clash. So because you cannot really avoid them, because you're kind of in an environment, working together, learning together, and that's where, of course, then conflict can happen. And because I'm just thinking about the last time I really was in a kind of fight with someone. There was when I was still working in an office, and one of my colleagues really, that was where I really said something to them and made them shut up. That was years ago, long time ago, where I would say this was a real kind of a fight. So yeah. Elizabeth, I did some brainstorming. Yes, I'm going to write in the next sprint. Awesome. That's the long sprint, 40 minutes, which is good probably to get a lot of writing done. I'm feeling emotional about something in my life, and writing this happy chapter may help me feel better. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's so fascinating how our mood influences our writing. I can also say messes with our writing sometimes. And like, for instance, when Carmen says she has a fight sometimes, or something worries us, or stuff happens in our life, and this definitely messes with our writing, or can do so. On the other hand, the routine of writing, for me, for instance, really just this morning, it was a bit chaotic, and I also feel a bit, again, doubtful about my novel, and all those emotions that I go through from time to time. And just sitting down, working, doing the work is so helpful with those emotional stages I sometimes go through. And I just feel better when I do something when I really work on the novel and not just think like or have feelings that it's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. So really go in there and do something about it with my novel. And yeah, so, but we're all humans. That's why emotions and things happen in our life. We're not an AI chat GPT program that can just write. But it's a good thing because, for instance, with my novel, I really work into it all those kinds of emotional things that I'm going through, and it helps me better understand my characters and so on. It makes it alive, and probably the readers can better connect with the story then on a deeper level. Hopefully, we will see. I mean, I'm way behind where I want to be with my book. I might even have a Patreon stream later today to help me push through it. Yes, that's why streams are perfect. They help you do the work, do the reading, do the writing, and in a good way, in a positive way, in a fun way, definitely. So during the sprint, I worked on or looked at show, don't tell. How can I make this better during the scene? And in the next sprint now, I want to look at the dialogue because it's a bit too on the nose, it's not how real people probably would talk. So I want to make it a bit better. So I will look at the dialogue during the next sprint. So let me set it up. 40 minutes of writing time for a happy scene for Elizabeth, which is awesome. I'm also in this part of my novel where it's more happy. I hope my novel isn't too... It's really about... I mean, my main character is in a crisis. I mean, that's what it's about, and is also a murder suspect now. So, of course, there's a lot of negativity. It's all about grief as well, and I hope it's not too dark. But it has a hopeful ending, I would say. So, yeah. And the backstory I'm working on right now is, or the flashback is very positive, where she meets the person that understands her, brings her real personality out, and yeah, so it's also a lot of fun. Heather, I'm going back into everything. Do you mean your writing projects, or probably are you? Elizabeth, I need some happiness in a novel where a lot of difficult things happen to these characters. Yes, me too. So probably it's a good thing, because I'm doubting a bit. You want a balance, you don't want I don't want my readers to, if it's getting too sad and all about emotional turmoil, maybe at some point it's too much, or I don't want my character to come across as whiny, This would be, yeah, I want it to be annoying, Yeah, I will see. Yes, and I think that's awesome if you have this balance. I just remember that, for instance, I watched a YouTube video about Korean horror movies and what makes them so good, and I think they also said that there's a lot of comedic elements in those horror movies, and this really helps to, like this black and white thing, it brings out the horrific stuff that's happening even more, So maybe it's the same with when we're writing about sad things or negative stuff. If we also bring in positive comedic elements, happy stuff, it makes the sad stuff even more visible, even more relatable. I mean, yeah, definitely, I think I would say. So here we go. 40 minutes tea. 40 minutes tea timer. Enjoy. Okay, that sprint went by pretty fast for me. I hope you also had a great time, a fun time during the last 40 minutes. Don't forget to stretch and drink some water. I will need to make myself a cup of tea during our last sprint. I'm very happy with my progress. I think I'm done with the scene. I finished the scene, and I will next set up the next scene. What I maybe have a look what is awaiting me next. Yeah, very, very happy with that. I'm always very happy when I can say, okay, that's better now. I can move to the next one. Elizabeth said, now I want tea because of the timer. I think I'll get some herbal tea after the stream. Yes, me too. I will also switch to tea now. I had 2 cups of coffee already, and I feel I need something else now. Oh yeah, I shared the link to the video essay. I'm glad I found it so easily because it was some time ago that I watched it. If you're interested in Korean horror movies, there are some recommendations there, and there are also other YouTube videos that kind of list, if you can just type in best Korean horror movies, if you are generally interested and just want to have a look. I talked about Train to Busan, which was kind of my first real Korean horror movie, I would say, that I watched, because I just enjoy zombie movies in general. And this one is really good. I've watched it several times already. I think I watched it on my own once, and then because I liked it so much, I told my friends we have to watch it. So yeah, it's a ride, definitely. It's fun. And Ian joined us. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. I'm in the past catching up. I have taken the train to and from Busan many times, but no zombies. And I wonder, or I think it must be so much more fun even if you know the areas of Korea that takes place, if you maybe recognize the station or stuff like that. So yeah, so maybe if you are interested in horror movies, if you wanna it might be fun to watch it if you haven't watched it yet. And Loretta also is definitely says, I definitely want to watch that video essay, and I'd love to try Korean horror movies. See, so maybe Train to Busan is a good way to start. Yeah, I also felt that this was a super quick sprint. I don't know. Maybe I set the speed to like double or something like that. No, I didn't, but it would be fun if we find out all the sprints have been double the speed so far. What else? Oh yeah, Carmen, 7 viewers. Anja is getting more popular every day. Yay! 8 viewers. I have 8 viewers now. It's probably the consistency of streaming that helps with that as well. And the how do you say, the sheet where you find all that Daisy is also working on, that keeps us updated on all the streams, writing streams that are happening each day. So that's a very good supportive tool for us streaming. Oh yeah, I wonder if Daisy's she went to Leipzig. That's why she hasn't been, I'm guessing, in the chat for some time. But I wonder if she's back to Austria now, and maybe hopefully will join us again and tell us a bit more about her adventures. during her vacation. It was several weeks long. I remember that. I think she said like 3 weeks or something. So I hope she will show up soon and tell us a bit more. Mark, I don't care much about zombie movies, but I do like Shaun of the Dead. Yeah. Yeah, it's of course a matter of taste. Not everyone likes zombies. I don't know actually why. It's not my favorite part. For instance, when I'm thinking of Train to Busan, is the build-up. Usually in the beginning when there is this apocalyptic thing happening. So the movie starts out like a normal story. You just know that zombies will appear, and of course the characters don't have any idea. And I love this build up when you as a viewer already know, oh my god, bad things will happen, and they have no ideas. They are all entering the train and not even realizing what's going on. So that's what I love about zombie movies. For instance, I also liked very much what's it called with Brad Pitt? Forgot what's it called. I will find out. Maybe someone can talk about this in the chat. What's it called with Z something? I don't know. So there's the same. It's happening pretty fast, but the breakout kind of, and everything was very fast. And I love how the people react to it. And in this movie, you can also see how different nations react to it. Like my favorite part of the movie is when they go to Israel, I think, and they think they have a chance because they have built this big wall. But is it DayZ? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and they have this big wall and feel safe. And of course, you as a viewer know World War Z. Oh yeah, that's what it was. World War Z. Yeah. And then of course the zombies, everything goes wrong, and the zombies manage to get over the wall. And so I love those. I cannot really pinpoint what makes this so interesting, but it's a lot of fun to watch, What else? Oh yeah, Mark says wanted to write last minute, but ended up playing online chess. I know several people who enjoy, like my husband's, for instance, and one of my daughters who love to play chess, and my uncle as well. I'm not a big fan of chess, honestly. I'm in general not a big fan of strategic games, where you have to think, make up a strategy or something. But I see that a lot of people, a lot of people love it. And it's kind of addictive, I think, seeing my husband sometimes playing into the night. Awesome. Emmy edited a few chapters. Oh, Christian, mine was quick too. Procrastination is that powerful. Yeah, like I just will have a quick look at some YouTube videos. It's 40-minute sprint. I can do the work a bit later, and then sprint is over. Damn it. Ian, okay, I'm only 2.5 minutes behind now. Anja, no, I don't think knowing the route increased my enjoyment. Too manic with zombies. Yeah, it's quite stressful. This movie, definitely. Morning, Carmen, Loretta, Mark, and Emmy. Too many Z movies. Yeah, there is this TV show as well, isn't it? There with Z. My sister liked it. I watched the first episodes, I think. And games. Yes, there are games as well. Yeah. A final sprint for us. Let's use the marshmallow timer. 20 more minutes for us. I will get a cup of tea. So enjoy the marshmallow. Okie dokie. That is the end of my stream. I hope you had fun. I hope you made progress. I hope you're happy with your results. And I will see you again, hopefully, tomorrow. I will be back and I will set up the stream right now after ending the broadcast. So have a great rest of the night, rest of the day. See you soon, my friends. Ciao, ciao, ciao.